So this is going to be the best way to get your level or your weapons to level 20 or whatever you need to actually craft your goggles. Because see, like fourth point inquiry, it only takes level 8 and you can get the Genesis Adaptive Mutations, which is a very good roll. And then there's all these other rolls I've crafted using the strat, which I think should be the fastest way to craft stuff. Or at least in my opinion it is. I've seen other videos and stuff, but no one's talked about using the tether. What the tether does, it changes the kills and it gives you the weapon kills. Because what it does, the tether doesn't actually do damage like itself. Maybe it sometimes can, but what it does, it changes the damage of the weapon you're using. So it gives the kills to that weapon. So like if you're using a heavy weapon and there's like 15 enemies tethered, you just shoot one shot, it kills one of the enemies, or it doesn't have damage and it kills all of them. It gives all those kills to that weapon. So it makes it a lot faster and a lot more easier to kill the enemies and less ammo consuming, especially for heavy and specials. I've legit, when crafting this or getting the levels and kills for the Cataclysmic, I didn't run almost out of heavy. Or I don't even think it was just Cataclysmic. Or even the Trination. I hardly ran out of heavy when crafting them. I mean, it takes only half the amount of kills to craft them versus primary nearly. But still, it doesn't take as many. But I'm going to show you guys how and what you're supposed to do and the best way to stay alive. While we're loading, I'm going to show you what you probably should have on, just in my opinion, could keep you better alive. And I'm running the fourth horseman just because it kills the wizards really, really fast. So I use marksman dodge just, plus if it's a bad reloading weapon, you can just reload faster and it goes invis and stuff. Make sure you're using deadfall, it lasts longer and has a longer tether radius and whatnot. And it doesn't do what the 3-shot tether does, which makes them volatile, which can steal your kills actually, which you have to be careful from that. Always make sure deadfall's on instead. I do this also because if you don't want to try to kill the wizards and just try to keep collecting and killing the enemies, all you need is kills go in invis and then you can just reheal, especially if you don't have like good stats. Like just don't look at my stats. This is for my solar subclass, because that's good for solar. But Stylus Execution's another one you could use, like if you're trying to do special finishers, which I do for special weapons when doing this. And I just have these other things on. This is another one you probably could put on just so your invis is longer, but it's really not needed. It's mostly like maybe the marksman's. I've done the gambler's dodge too, but you don't really need to throw your smoke. And if you do shatter dive skating, which I do, you might have, if you're playing controller, have circle as single press. So if you try to dodge, you accidentally might do trapper's ambush. So that's why I have stylish executioner also on. So I'm just going to show you guys what I do. You just have to kill enough enemies to get 10 motes, and so you put your tether and get them all contained in one spot. Oh my gosh. Okay, that was only one wizard, or the other stuff died already when I was talking. I mean, if you want to get your tether right away, you can throw a grenade just to get the kills and grab motes to get your tether just so it's easier. I'm going to actually be getting kills for this weapon because I need to get to level 15 to craft what I want for it. Which I just got the red boars today, which was kind of fun getting. Another thing is you farm the high value target Lieutenant Hive, the ones that you finish on the ghost. And you can, like, I think it's like a guarantee to drop a weapon. And it's like, I saw in a video the guy said like it's around like a 33% chance it's a red boar, and there's like only 3 different weapons it drops. I could be wrong on that. You have to correct me, but I think it might be just 3 weapons it drops. Could be more. I'm thinking it might be more, to be honest. It might be 4, could be 5, but I was lucky and finally it took like an hour or two, but I got 2 out of 3 for this SMG. Now I'm just trying to farm kills for it. What I do is I slide in then dodge back so you don't deposit motes in here, because what you do is once you get 100 motes, you just let yourself die or let like the wizards kill you and whatnot. Oh, that didn't kill her. And the cool thing about this, if you do get the SMG, if you have synthetic arsenal on it when you're trying to craft it, because it's one of the first traits you can get on it without, or when you first craft it, it actually helps reload for 4th Horseman if that's what you try to use in this. I just got the 4th Horseman and the Catalyst done. Well, I didn't just get 4th Horseman, I just got the Catalyst done finally. And a lot of other Catalysts done because I was bored and I got everything done this week. And I played on other characters. But this is basically what you do. You just stand on the outside of the cave on the sides and keep spawning enemies. But after the wave first stops, like you kill around like 15 or so, you run in again, slide in, then dodge out. And then if you can try to jump and get these, but it might deposit, like see it just deposited 10. Which all you do is go to orbit and just restart it if you accidentally deposit too much, but that's time consuming if you keep on depositing them. So you try to not. Around when you're at like 90, you don't want to do Tether usually, but you can. Well, if you're at 90 or so, you can still get your Tether. Sometimes it bugs and it doesn't give you stuff. What I do is you can wait like this if you're at 100 and just let these explode so it doesn't chain kill the next enemies. You hope these wizards will just push. Actually, I might just wait to kill the wizards, because it drops the moat and then they'll explode and kill the next wave of enemies. I mean, I can get them a little low though. See how many more kills I need. About maybe 24 more kills for this primary until I'm done. So, aim assist on controller G's. I usually look on the map when collecting motes. I actually don't look on the ground myself. Oh. And I just died because I thought that mote was in there. It was on top. Thought I was going to survive that, but no biggie. The wizards aren't spawning, all the enemies will start pushing me. And then more enemies will start spawning, easy getting kills, chains all the kills. So it was on like 74 kills, right? You can't tell me it's not tether chaining kills, because I only got like 5 kills. And look, it went up at least like 10. Sometimes the tether could take your kills, I'm not for sure. Because sometimes it seems like you get all the kills with your weapon, and sometimes it just keeps on chaining it. I think the tether does like a tiny bit of damage. Because it keeps, every time another enemy changes to it, it like pulls them like this. See it when there's no more enemies tethering, it doesn't pull really, but sometimes it still does. It's a really weird thing. But they walk back in the tether, like out there, they walk back into it usually. But what you need to try to do is try to make sure you're getting the kills, not the tether. It's most likely not like that, so. If I talk too quiet, it's my bad. I just don't always talk loud. I mumble sometimes, which is on me. I just do that. Because I don't make too many videos and stuff. I like trying to make videos to help people. There's level 15. Most weapons are the best weapon perks are around level 16, 15, or 14. That's why I usually go straight up to level 16 without caring to look, but I usually know what traits I want. And they're usually the level 16 traits nearly. Like bait and switch was like, I think level 16. So I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna get up to level 16 right away. And the raid weapon. Well, a lot of other people, oh wait, I already got level 15, I'm still killing and talking. On the raid weapons, which you don't see many videos and it's hard to figure out too, if you haven't crafted a weapon yet, it takes 5 of, Like if you're just trying to farm red boars and you don't realize this and you're not deleting your raid weapons, you actually need 5 of this to first craft it. And once you get to level 16, if you're trying to mass work it too with the gold boar, it also takes 12. So that's 17 drowned ally you're going to need per crafted weapon. So you need to do the raid to get not just red boars, because then you won't be able to fully craft in all that stuff. You have to get some drowned ally from deleting regular weapons that aren't good rolls. Even if they're decent, you can still craft them in the future. Well, I did keep the submission because I got a frenzy turnabout one. I didn't get overflow, but the overflow one on advanced traits are 100% better because it increases it. And I'm getting behind because I'm talking. It's just commentary. And I'm missing. I got my friend though waiting to go do the dungeon, so I'm just gonna hurry this up and try to get a level 16. Cause I want, yeah. All I need to do is get to level 15, but I'm trying to get a level 16 just cause I want it to level 20. Cause what it does, I realize once you get a level 20, and it even says if you look at it when crafting, it gives you more stats to your weapon, like adept weapons, which shocks me. It doesn't give you as much. It gives you a +2 to all stats except the masterwork, and adept weapons give you a +3, which is kind of weird they would do that, but I'm fine by it. That means crafting weapons are better than most weapons in the game if you think about it. Even adept weapons, because all the adept weapons do is give you adept mods, which most likely adept mods are more better just for PvP, like adept range or adept stability if you're trying to go in that. But if you're doing like adept Icarus, that's only +5 handling. Sure, handling's definitely good on weapon. Everything's good on the weapon, PvE or PvP, especially PvP. Handling's for newer players. Handling people don't usually go for as much, but handling is how quick you swap your weapon and how fast you stow it. But then there's like a multiplier on top of that too, and then your reload stat, and which is there's Destiny 2 Google Sheets, you guys can look up for that and stuff. But this is all you do basically to farm the weapon levels. It can take 1.5 to 3 hours if you do it in one sitting, which I know it's painful. Most people won't want to do this, and that shows you how much time I've spent on crafting these weapons. But it depends how fast and effective you are doing it, and depends how bad the default crafting weapon is, which it should be fine even if it's a bad roll. It should be fine because you're just using a tether to increase your damage anyways, or while debuffing it so you do more damage to them. But that's basically it. I got level 15 and almost level 16, but basically it. And you'll get a lot of rare weapons to drop, which you need to watch your inventory on that and stuff. So that's how you farm your weapon levels for your weapon. So